Hi guys, that's part 2 of our lesson climate change. In part 1, we learned what's climate, what's the weather, and what's the difference between them. Today in part 2, we're going to learn more about climate change, what causes it, its impact, and finally, what can we do to help. Let's start. First, we have to define the term atmosphere as it's going to be repeated many times. The Earth is surrounded by a layer of gases we call the atmosphere. As sunlight enters the atmosphere, some of the heat is trapped, which is what is used to warm the Earth while the rest passes through and back out. Now let's start by what is causing climate change. Activities such as driving vehicles, using air conditioners and other devices rely on using energy provided by natural gas, oil, and coal. These release a gas known as carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide works with other greenhouse gases to trap heat which the atmosphere would previously have released, causing the temperature around the world to rise. Let's look at some of the causes a little closer. Fossil fuels. For over 150 years, humans have been burning large amounts of fossil fuels including oil and gas. This releases gases into the atmosphere and builds up, meaning more heat is trapped and less escapes, and so increasing the temperature of the Earth. This is what we refer to as the greenhouse effect. The second cause is deforestation. Trees and plants absorb carbon dioxide from the air and release oxygen back into it. Many rainforests and bushland are being cut down to make wood, palm oil, farmland, roads, dams, and housing estates. This means fewer trees and plants around, which means less carbon dioxide is absorbed from the atmosphere and more heat is trapped. The third cause is farm animals, especially cows. Farming of livestock, such as sheep and cattle, is a large contributor to the global warming and climate change. As the livestock eat, methane gas, which is a greenhouse gas, builds up and then released. On a small scale, this may not seem like much, but considering there are around 1.5 billion cows releasing gas alone, it adds up in the end. After discussing the causes, now let's know more about climate change impact on wildlife. Wildlife is already fighting with the climate change. Polar animals are losing their habitats as they are melting at a fast rate. Animals who live in these areas use the ice to hunt, feed, and care for their young. Animals such as orangutan have their habitats under threat, as their homes are cut down and more fires burn through the land due to the drought. How to help climate change and global warming. Prevent deforestation or encourage reforestation. By increasing the amount of trees, it will help to prevent floods by regulating rainfall. It will also reduce the carbon dioxide released into the air from rotten trees and increase the oxygen released into the atmosphere. By understanding more about global warming and climate change and some of the things causing them, what can we do to help? Should we be doing more? Indeed, and here are some examples of what we can do. Turn off the lights, carpool, have shorter showers, plant plants in the garden, take lunch to school in reusable containers, repair things when they break instead of replace, ride your bike, recycle, Unplug electronic devices when they aren't in use, and walk. That's it for climate change lesson. Stay safe,